Hi everyone. So the other day, it was actually yesterday, I was sitting there thinking about videos, and I kind of had this idea for a video. I've never seen it done before, but I realized that YouTube is a huge platform and it definitely could have been filmed before, but I just kind of thought about it and I hope you enjoy it. And so obviously you can tell from the title, I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite products that were actually limited edition. So I know a lot of people try to avoid the whole limited edition deal because most of these things you can no longer get. A couple of them may still be available, but you can't really get them anymore. And one of these things is actually retired. It wasn't limited edition, but that's another thing. But here's my thought. You see these things come up on blog sales, or you might actually have these things, or you might see them on eBay or stuff. There is probably a way to get them, and you're like, is it worth it? Is it actually still good? Yes, when it came out, there was a lot of hype around it, but is it still good? Do people still like it? So I just wanted to go in and talk about some of my personal favorite limited edition items that are not easily accessible. If you look, you can probably find them. Does that make sense? Hopefully, y'all find this video helpful. I don't know. I think it'll be cool. So let's start with cheek items. I have two cheek products. One is from a few years ago, and it's the Sephora and Pantone Universe Rush Luster Cheek Sweep. And this is when Radiant Orchid, which was 2014, was the color of the year. So here it is. I am wearing the highlight and the blush from this palette. I went a little heavy-handed with the blush today, but sometimes that happens. And to me, these are just so pretty. They're so soft and so pigmented. A lot of people end up using this, the actual Radiant Orchid blush as a eyeshadow, which I kind of understand. I've used it as a blush before and it works. It's just very purple, but you know, not opposed. So here they are. This highlight is one of my favorite highlights I own. It's called Spanish Villa. It was in the Marsala, which was 2015 color of the year cheek sweep as well. But it's gorgeous. This blush, it's just perfect. It's nice and shimmery and pink. I keep trying to find something that's similar and I can't. And then this is just a beautiful color. It's very unique. So I love this. I think it's totally worth the money. Then the other thing I got was newer. I got it this Christmas, and it's the Becca Jaclyn Hill Shimmering Skin Perfector Press Champagne Glow Palette. So in here you get the shade Pearl, Champagne Pop, and Blush Copper. Now Champagne Pop is out right now, and I believe Pearl and Blush Copper are also available. These are so soft and crazy pigmented. You know, Becca, I feel like, is really known. Mongrels, please. Is really known for their highlighters, and I understand why. I mean, that is going to give you some glow. You're going to look at the space station and they're going to be like, hey girl, I see your highlight. It's on fleek. Like that? That use of on fleek. So yeah, I mean, this is gorgeous. I know Champagne Pop is extremely popular. So let me see. So Blush Copper is the bottom. Then Champagne Pop, then Pearl. I love a cool tone highlight. I know a lot of people don't. And I do feel like it's... Kanga! Please. I do feel like it's definitely more geared towards people with lighter skin tones. I can see if you have a very deep skin tone, it might look kind of ashy, which is obviously never the goal. But I love it for my skin tone. This Champagne Pop is pretty universal. This is kind of dark for me, but I do use it as a blush topper. And I love it. So I think this is really great for me and my skin tone. I have done a full review of it, and I'll link that below. Really happy with it. Then I'll go on to lip products. I have 3 lip products. There are reviews on all of these on my channel, so I'll go ahead and link it below. One confuses me. It's the Bite Beauty Lush Fruit Lip Gloss in the shade Strangefruit. It is what I have on my lips today. It is such a pretty color. It's a purpley pink. It is kind of also that Radiant Orchid shade. It's right there. It's very pigmented. Now, from what I have found, you can't buy this individually. They had a Sephora Meet Your Match set, and they provided it in that set, but I don't think you can get it besides in there. I think that set may still be available. I'm not sure. So this is kind of limited edition, kind of not. I don't know. It's weird, but it's a gorgeous shade. I really like the formulation of these lip glosses. I don't think they're... I mean, they're very slightly sticky. They have a smell. But it's just kind of a fruity, natural smell. I don't know. I think they're really pretty and really pigmented and nice. So I like that. And then I have these two guys, which again, I did do a full video review on the entire Alice in Wonderland Urban Decay collection. Some of those lipsticks I found kind of really separated out of the lines and were kind of hard to work with. These two are not, and I just think these two are so beautiful. This one is the shade Alice. Now this I feel like was a very much a love or hate thing when it came out, because it is a sheer, and what it is like a really weird nude, like a yellowy nude with some pink like shimmer through it. I don't know, it's weird, but whenever I wear it, I just love it. I think it's so unique. I think people didn't like it, and I understand why, because you did have to build it up a lot. It was, you know, it doesn't just like show up very well, but it's unique, and I don't think I've ever seen anything like it, which, you know, to me is really cool in makeup. So I really like it. I wear it a lot, and I think it's just a good neutral that is like just a little different. And then we have the shade Mad Hatter. If you know me, you know I love a purple lipstick. Just absolutely love them. I think they're so unique. This does have some silver glitter in it, but every time I've worn it, again, people compliment me on it. They're like, oh, love that purple lipstick. And it's very nice and pigmented. It's very comfortable. I don't feel like the glitter settles into your lines or anything, at least in my personal experience. I don't know. I really like it, and I recommend these. I don't think you can get these anymore, but if you can find them online, I think these two shades are definitely the best in the entire collection, because I do own them all. And now we're going to finish off with eye products. If you know me, then you know that eyeshadow is my favorite. So this was limited edition. I think they might have come out with something similar now. And it's the Milani Constellation Gel Eyeliner. I have the shade 03 Enchanted Emerald. So you can see that it does have this gorgeous Constellation glitter pattern, but it does go away. It's only like an overspray. But it is the eyeliner I have on today, and this is so pretty to me. It is a green eyeliner. It's very deep, but it's like slightly green. And I think it's really easy to use. In my experience, it's stayed all day, and it's just been great. I don't know. I've heard some bad reviews on it, and I understand the disappointment from the glitter just being an overspray and not being all the way throughout. But even that way, I still think it's a gorgeous eyeliner, and I really like it. Alright, and then I have 3 eyeshadow palettes and a single shadow. So the single shadow I have, I don't believe was limited edition. I just think it's now retired. But it does come up on Whole Look and on Too Faced's website sometimes. And it's the Too Faced Exotic Color Intense Eyeshadow in the shade Nice Stems. So it's just a gorgeous green, but it's almost got like a gold jewel chrome in it. It's so pretty. There it is. You see that pigmentation. It is insanely pigmented, insanely beautiful. I just love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's a gorgeous shade. I think it's very unique. Even though it's just a green, which you're like, oh yeah, but I don't know. I haven't found anything that's exactly like this in my collection. I don't know. I think it's pretty. I like it. Obviously, that's why it's in this video. Then I have seen this on a lot of blog sales, and this is the Kat Von D Esperanza palette. And I kind of understand why, but I don't know. This palette just speaks to me. Every time I use it, I love the way my eyeshadow comes out. I'll swatch Selena, Galore, Archangel, and Dog Roses. Selena, Galore, Archangel, Dog Roses. So you can see, like you kind of expect with Kat Von D, extremely pigmented eyeshadows. They blend really nicely. They're gorgeous. I don't think there's a dud in this palette. I think they're all very pigmented. And to me, I can always get a look. I have a warm tone and a cool tone quad. I just mix it up. Sometimes I mix and match. I don't know. I just love it. Anytime I use this eyeshadow palette, I love the look I end up with. I think it's gorgeous. And I know it's kind of weird. I know it seems like a weird random pairing of colors, but on the eyes, it just works for me. So I recommend this, especially because, like I said, I've seen it in quite a few blog sales. This is something very new to my collection, and it definitely is still available on Sephora at the filming of this video. And it is the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette. I love this palette. I very recently posted a review of it, so I'll link that below so you can get like swatches of every color and my full thoughts. And if you see it, you can tell this is not my usual color scheme. It's a lot of midtones, a lot of neutrals, a couple of pops of colors on the top, but it's pretty plain. But I love it. I love every shade in here. They're all gorgeous. They're all pigmented. They make such a gorgeous eyeshadow look. I just look at it and I want to do 75 things. I don't know. I was surprised at how much I love it, and I do love it. It's one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. It's a go-to right now. It's kind of my, where, you know, when I need a neutral, I always come here. But then this pink, this Harajuku, it's so pretty. I've used it on my lid before, and I love that. 1987, it's really cool. I have Danger on right now, and then Pop is cool as well. Let's just... So, Pop is like a flesh tone, really shimmery shade. And then Harajuku is a very pretty pink right there. So, I don't know. I just love them. I love this palette. I think I get a lot of use out of it. And I think it's definitely worth it. And last but not least is something that I think is going to be really hard to find. But if you have it or if you've seen it, I just love it. I really do. And that is the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca Remix palette. Again, color is my thing. I love color. And this has it all. It's got all the colors, all the neutrals. I did use this today. I used the shade Vex, which is one of my favorites. No, not Vex. This is Synth. Which one's Vex? I don't know. But this is definitely Synth. Look at that. That's what's on my eyelids today. So pretty. Lemmy is gorgeous. Shells is a really pretty, like, shimmery inner corner highlight. Again, I'm using that today. And then Swoon, this gorgeous matte hot pink. I have done a full review of this with all, you know, swatches and everything. There's some swatches. You can tell it didn't say anything pigmented. It blends well. I mean, talk about inspiration. How can you look at this and not be inspired if you like color? Because it's got it all. And it does have some neutrals, so you're not just sitting there looking like a clown. I don't know, maybe some people think I look like a clown today. I'm into it. So, it's just gorgeous. I really love it. I think it's awesome, and I think it's worth the money. So, there's this one. And that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. I don't know. It's just something that I kind of got inspired by when I was thinking about, you know, new videos to film. I feel like sometimes we get stuck in a rut, and you kind of see the same videos over and over again. So hopefully you like this. I really hope so. If not, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if some people get agitated. I know some people do tend to get agitated. They're like, why are you showing me things I can't get? But as we all know, in the makeup world, you can find it somewhere if you really want it. And I know me trying to tell you to go spend gobs and gobs of money on some of these things. I'm just telling you, if you can find them, I still love them. And I definitely recommend you purchasing them. So, if you have any questions, requests, suggestions, comments, any of that, as always, go ahead and leave them down below. Talking to y'all is one of my very favorite things, and knowing that y'all take time out of your day to talk, to watch my videos and say stuff to me, it means a lot. So, thank you so much. I'll see y'all real soon. Bye.